Merry Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. The stock market went on a little bit of a roller coaster ride this past three sessions, thanks to the Fed's hawkish rate cut, where they're slashing the amount of interest rates into the future. And to be honest with you, kind of sounded like there's a possibility of stagflation out there. Jerome Powell sounded very confused or not certain regarding his statement. So today, the SPY, it looks pretty ugly following yesterday's intraday action with that weak close. But today, we undercut the lows and rallied. Now, we still closed well off the highs, but what I like is that we were up today on heavier volume. I know the volume is options expiration related, but it doesn't matter to me. I pretend like I live on an island that isn't Maui, where there is actually no electricity or anything. All I had, well, there would have to be electricity to get the charts, but let's pretend like the only news source I had was my charts, and I didn't know about this options expiration thing. I would have to take SPY on its own as a bullish session, but it's just day one of a new rally attempt. We undercut the lows, so much for that rally attempt, but it is nice to see the heavier volume. The QQQ is still above the 50 SMA, and what I want to make mention, was that SPY move actionable above the 50 SMA? It may have been for you. It was not for me. My tickets indicator is below the zero line. I'll actually show you those charts before we end it. But the QQQ is our leader. That's the one I'm focusing on. And following the interest rate decision on Wednesday, I am no longer looking to buy reclaims of the 50 SMA with the tickets indicator above zero on the IWM. If you're a member, you're more than welcome to. I'll still buy the 200 SMA and 500 EMA reclaims, but I'm no longer bullish on the IWM like I was when I thought it was just a straight interest rate cut cycle, and we are still in one, so there's no reason to not be bullish on the IWM. But as for trading it as a leading index, I'm sticking to the QQQ and the SPY until further notice. DIA also today, nice volume on the reversal. Now, one thing, or a few things that bothered me yesterday, HYG crashing below the 200 SMA, J and K crashing below the 500 EMA. But today, J and K full reversal back above the 500 EMA, HYG full reversal back above the 200 SMA. Kick save and a beauty. And on that note, the TNX, if I could ever press the right numbers, overall just consolidating sideways. We get above 5. I just can't be that bullish small caps. But as long as we're below 5, we'll give it a chance. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The VIX today, what I really liked also today is that the VIX didn't just hold steady like around 24. It crashed back below 20. Once again, another kick save. So that's all good, positive price action out there. And I saw a lot of reversals today that I like NCLH, a leading stock, PAY, a leading stock, KMI off the 50. I saw a lot of these reversals, N&E, nanonuclear technology, and a lot of the hot names like SOUN, that looks fine. QUBT, that looks fine. And then what was the other one? A drone maker, RCAT, that looks fine. Those are your hot Momo names following a market sell-off. They look fine. RCAT, QUBT, SOUN. It's hard for me to be extremely bearish, even in the short term, when I still have price action that looks like this. Look at SOUN's relative strength line at the bottom of your screen, the white line. I mean, there's just nothing there for me to complain about. And then we haven't had too many of these, but our grade A signals, AOUT, volume truncation, max green bop off the 50 SMA with no red bop in this chart. Actually, this is the most important chart with no red bop, but no red bop even in the Zoom 3 chart. But the Zoom 4 chart, no red bop. The problem is, why can't we load up on this one, guys? It's just too choppy, too volatile. Why do you think it's going to automatically work here? Great follow-through day, but this is the most important part. Excellent follow-through. So as long as I continue to see these kind of setups, I want to take more size with each individual one that shows up. Do I have any max green bop volume truncation days off the 50 SMA today? I sure do, and I'll review it. But does it have nothing but green and yellow bop in the chart? It sure doesn't. I don't have anything like that today, but it's still good to see stocks like AOUT work, all those leaders working out. recent long signal GEV didn't completely fall apart, and it triggered me in today. So my position, my swing position is back on in GEV. So all in all, not much to complain about. And then for sell signals today, we only had one 50%er, SFM. This is when it was a new swing long position, 50% end of day sell signal following today's session. That's a 102% gain. And the only one today that was a full sell signal closing below the 200 SMA on heavier above average volume with red bop was SCS. And it was a new long signal back here. And as you can see, we're leaving still with a 6% gain. So nothing terrible, all positives following today's session. So this evening, I got actually quite a few signals, raised a lot of cash recently, haven't had a whole lot of long signals, but after today, we got quite a few. So I want to review the ones that line up. So I had 4 from my cancel them scan, and I'm going in on all 4. I don't know which ones will trigger and fill and work, which ones will not trigger, not fill, not work, which ones will trigger, fill, and then fail. I just don't. But if I have to focus on the best of the best, I've come up with 2 ideas, and since this video lesson is going public, we're going to go ahead and pass on reviewing 3 of these. 1 is an ad signal anyway. 2 are brand new signals. But the 2 I'm going to review is DOCS. Yesterday, I only had 1 new official long signal, VEON, on the speculative quality side. You can see there's that volume truncation, max green bop, no previous red bop in the chart. And today, what did it do? Bam! Did I take some profits intraday once it was up 7%? Yes, I did. 39.25, I believe, is the sell on that one. Then I'm going to take a little bit more at the market on Monday morning, and I'll have trailing stops here, 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 and here. And yes, maybe that's a little bit much for you. So what I would do is I would take some off at the market Monday morning if you didn't take any profits today. I would have half of your stop here below today's low day and the final half below this low day. But VEON worked, so I want to increase size on the next rounds of long signals. Now I review VEON because it was the only long signal yesterday that I took. I passed on one, DOCS. DOCS has been an earnings winner, beating on the top and bottom line here, here, and here. Or excuse me, sorry. Here, here, and here. 3 earnings wins in a row, bidding on the top and bottom line. I kind of saw this consolidation pattern yesterday. My problem was, yes, BOP was higher than the day before, but with the market action, I just didn't see enough oomph, and I wanted to see it above this high. Could I have done a buy stop above this high? Could you have done a buy stop above this high? Absolutely. DOCS today broke out above the high. You can do a limit order at this price, 56.68. I'm going to try to get long on strength. So now I have a real BOP surge, a real volume surge, heavier above average, with a pocket pivot point signal, candle over candle. I want to get long above 58.08 at 58.09, buy stop, 1% limit offset, and I'll be calculating my size and risking to this low. And I'm reviewing this one because on my toss charts, which we will review at the very end here, almost there, it's double green. It's the only one tonight that's double green. So that's why DOCS we're going over in this video lesson. The perfect ideal entry would have been above yesterday's high a day or above 56.67. So limits at 56.68 and 56.01 if you want to get long on a pullback. Now, what I recommend doing if you're going to try to get long on a pullback, set alerts. Once those alerts go off, wait for price to undercut those levels, then you get long on the reclaim. I always want to buy strength. I never want to buy something on the way down because it could just continue to collapse, similar to how the SPY collapsed intraday on Wednesday's session. So DOCS is the first long signal I want to review. And then there's AHR. AHR, in case you guys don't know, was a grade A long signal. Let's go back here to set it up. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. Right near the 50 SMA. Got to go a little bit more. Got a volume truncation, max green bop signal right on top of the 50 SMA. It was nice. Wasn't perfect because there's red bop in this chart. But once again, another one that just worked. So from this long entry to this high, 100% move in a REIT. So we're trying to look for that again. AHR, if you look at this chart, volume truncation, max green bop, right off the 50 SMA. Is there red bop on this chart? Yes. So I can't put all of my account capital into it. What I will do is I'll get long above 27.98 and I'll calculate my size and risk to this low. Now, to be honest with you, since it's part of a long uptrend and the 50 SMA is above this low, you could calculate your size from this low for some slippage. But that's just too far away from me. So I'm using this low for size and entry. And this one, as you will see, is not perfectly aligned on this chart. So now we're going to look at the SPY. I am double red. Red TSV, red tickets indicator. The tickets indicator is barely above 0. So technically, it is actionable on a reclaim. I'm pretty sure this tickets indicator was just below 0 on the daily time frame. How weird. Very, very, very weird. That's interesting. I've never seen it do that before. Pretty sure that it went below 0 here, but we're above 0, so either way, I work with the tickets indicator currently. Don't know how I recalculated that. Must have been today's volume. But we're above the 0 line, so reclaiming the 50, actually, you can. It can be a new long signal. The QQQ, finally have the TSV going green, so we're mixed bag there. But in the short term, the line here, the tickets indicator, it is red and moving lower. The IWM, it is below the 0 line, double red, no curl green. So we haven't gone green on this indicator yet. We're going to probably go green on TSV. If we go double green, it is actionable back above the 50 SMA, even though it is above 0 because it'll probably be above 0 when that happens. DIA, same situation. The SPY is throwing me off here. I know for a fact that this indicator went below the 0 line. I could be off. I'll have to review my video lessons from this past week. But either way, I'm looking for reclaims of the 200 SMA. The QQQ, let's get back to that one really quick. This one dips below the 50 with this indicator well above the 0 line. It is actionable on a reclaim above the 50 once there's a full candle close below the 50, similar to right here. Full candle close below 50. Let's pretend that this indicator was above 0. If you don't want to be above 0 and you just want to see green stair steps, it happened to work. It just isn't the way that I use this indicator. But I also want to show you that DOCS, it is double green on this indicator. All right, wrap up the video lesson. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, everyone. I wish you and your family all the best.